So, what's new?
What?
But yeah, we're back again, I guess, for another one.
You guess.
I guess. So I don't know. What do we talk about?
What a great start.
What a great start. It's always the most awkward part of the podcast, just like finding things to talk about.
I think it's just starting it.
Yeah. It always is, but like, I mean, there's been a lot of shit that's gone down recently. Like
Kavanaugh, Telltale,
Telltale,
the new iPhone.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, do you know anything about PewDiePie and T-Series?
You told me about, isn't T-Series like this Indian?
Wait, I told you about this. I mentioned it.
Yeah, and I heard this podcast talk about it. I mean, we already know which one it is, but
I actually didn't watch that.
yeah, so like basically T-Series is this like Indian like Bollywood channel. Like picture Vivo, but for like shitty Indian movies. Like,
wow, they probably don't think that over there.
I mean, they don't think that over there, but I mean, you know what I mean? Like, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
It's the biggest, which doesn't make sense. It's the biggest music label.
Yeah.
But also movie studio.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. Why is it both?
I mean, I don't know. It's just like their main thing that they do for both of those things. But either way, it's passing PewDiePie, which is saying something.
So I actually found a picture that I'm going to put in here.
Yeah.
So this was from 2016.
Mm-hmm.
So this map shows the top 10 subscribers on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
Number 10 has 14.2 million.
Mm-hmm. And who is it?
The Fine Bros. Like,
I've never heard of them.
T-Series was not even on the top 10 list 2 years ago.
Yeah, it must be like a more recent
PewDiePie
thing.
had 46 million at that point.
Mm-hmm. And he's in Sweden.
Or this was probably like at the end of 2016.
Looks like number 2 is
That's like a German gaming website. But either way,
it makes sense for that
the point
one.
of this map, and again I'll put it on there as well, is to show you that they're not even like on there in the top 10 at all.
Mm-hmm.
Which means in the past 2 years they have gained at least 50
million subscribers, which is very impressive. But then you got to figure, when you think about the content, like India's not a continent, but it could be considered as one. It's like a subcontinent. But India alone has like 1 billion people in it. You know what I mean?
I was kind of skeptical about it though.
Yeah.
Because I heard rumors of them botting basically subscribers.
That wouldn't surprise me because a lot of that goes on over there.
Yeah, and it like. So okay, actually, I actually recorded.
Mm-hmm.
So at 4:33, which was like 3 hours ago,
Mm-hmm.
I wrote the amount of subscribers that they both had.
Okay. So they're about to hit the tipping point, basically.
I'm gonna go to PewDiePie's website, right, or his
channel.
That doesn't even make sense.
You could lose subscribers too, though.
So crap! So PewDiePie actually lost 300,000 subscribers.
Did he just post a video an hour ago?
No, but
I mean, there's that video right there that says "I lied."
Oh, that's from a month ago.
Oh shit!
That was a month ago. But so at 4:30, basically, which was 3 hours ago, he had 66,482,000.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, wait! So he gained.
He gained about 20,000.
He gained 18. Wow, where the hell did I get that number from?
It could have just been like an unupdated thing or whatever. But let's go to T-Series now. So PewDiePie gained about 20,000 subscribers, right?
Yeah. I don't know why I said negative 300,000. I don't know where I got that number from.
Yeah, I don't know either. You're just
so okay. So PewDiePie gained 20,000.
Mm-hmm.
In T-Series, right now they have 63.6. So they basically gained 76,000.
Jesus Christ.
In 3 hours.
That's nuts.
That seems iffy to me.
I mean, it does, but when you think about it, like...
But also, like you
think
said,
about it, though. Like,
everyone there, even if they're not cheating, everyone in India is going to subscribe to this channel.
Absolutely. And not only that, but there's like 1 billion people there. How many people there in the U.S. or like overseas that actually watch PewDiePie on a regular basis, you know? Because like I'll watch him sometimes, but I don't subscribe to him because he updates like 1 million videos every day, and I don't want those fucking notifications. It's just frustrating.
I guess I don't know. It's like I don't know exactly when that channel started, but like I said, for there to be,
it's impressive. For
less than 2 years to gain basically 50 million subscribers is just insane.
Yeah, and it's a lot of the videos are different. Like I remember Ethan talking about that and saying a bunch of different stuff about that. But the real news that's going on right now is the iPhone news. So we both got the XS Max.
Here's the thing about that. People are just saying how... Okay, so
it's basically a reskin.
Which I didn't have the 10, so I don't know. Like, this is... I had the 7, completely different. Faster, camera, 10 times better.
If you're making a jump from the 7 to the 10...
Huge...
It is a massive...
That's like a 2-inch screen difference, isn't it?
Well, the iPhone... Well, that's just the screen alone. So the iPhone 7 had a 5.5-inch display. It could be a little bit less than that. But the iPhone XS Max is like a 6.4-inch display. So you almost gained about a whole inch. But
just screen.
Of just screen. But another thing you got to figure is like the screen on the old iPhones, they had bezels. Is the thing. Like things on the top and bottom.
Yeah.
This has none of that. And plus, that was an LCD to screen. This is an OLED screen.
Yeah.
Which makes a huge difference, like colors popping out for you and everything. Oh shit. Interesting news just happened. The Dark Phoenix trailer just dropped.
I thought that already dropped.
What, for the X-Men?
Yeah. I already watched it.
Oh, maybe I just haven't been paying attention. My boss just told me.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. I didn't notice anything about it. I haven't seen it yet. The Captain Marvel trailer, did you see that though?
I don't know about Captain Marvel.
I don't either, but it looks cool. It's set in the 90s, so I guess that's cool.
Isn't she taking the place of someone else?
What do you mean?
I thought like someone...
Nick Fury has both his eyes though, too, which is kind of interesting.
Who?
Nick Fury, Samuel L. Jackson's character.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. I guess that's who that is. I don't know.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the dude with the eye patch. Yeah, he has both his eyes. But Captain Marvel is kind of like the equivalent of Superman, but for the Marvel series.
I heard you talk about that. But what about Supergirl?
I don't know enough about it. I mean, I guess it could be equivalent. I just don't know. I mean, the big thing is like they get their powers from a different colored sun. Like Krypton has a red sun. And all the people that were on Krypton were just normal-ass dudes. They didn't have any superpowers. They were just regular-ass Joes. But when they get in contact with the yellow sun, they get, like, superpowers, basically.
Got it.
Interesting thing there. But also, I got the the Apple Watch Series 4.
See, I just don't...
You don't think you'd use it?
I don't think I would... I mean, I'm sure if I had it on my wrist, I would.
If you had it, you would see what I'm talking about.
I'm sure I would, because it's just... I don't got to pull my phone out of my pocket.
It's nice, and it's cool, but, like, the main thing is I notice is, like, how fast it is, and, like, all the more features, and, like, the health and fitness stuff, which is kind of cool. And, like, the battery life is way longer. Like, I charged this yesterday to, like, 94%, and I've used it all day today, and I'm at, like, 62.
That's a pretty good battery life.
It's a pretty good battery life, considering the old ones used to die within a couple hours.
The battery life on the new iPhone's pretty good. Like,
it
11
really
hours,
is.
11 hours.
Yeah, like, I never charge mine, basically.
I think I've had mine... Like, I've charged mine... Like, my phone only gets to 100% when I charge it. It takes a long time to charge. Like, I have to leave it overnight for it to reach 100%.
Oh, really? Yeah, like, it takes a while to charge, but it lasts, like, all day practically.
It does.
And the biggest thing that's bothering me right now with Apple and everything like that, people say, oh, it's a reskin. Like, I had the 10 and the XS Max, and I think the real difference is in the iOS 12.
That's, okay, also in this, I'm going to post pictures and video of the iPhone XS Max and the podcast video just to show, like, this is literally like a $600 camera now, at least.
Oh yeah, because like literally,
insane.
I remember because like you took those pictures of your dog,
which I'm gonna put those up,
and I demo those to everybody.
Really?
I seriously do, to every single person I sell it to. I was like, this is what your camera can do, because if you mess with like the aperture depth and stuff like that, I don't know what they call it. There's a word for it, but
have you used that?
Yeah, I have. It's nuts. Like I can show you this right now.
So do you just like go to the photos?
Well, here's the thing. Use portrait,
and
then take a picture of something. Like it has to have the yellow depth effect, though, right?
Yeah.
So like use that for example. So take a picture of that, and then click on it. Go to edit.
Yeah, and then you just
and then hit and you adjust it that way.
This?
No, not that. Go to the right. That no.
This.
Yes, and slide that across. You can see how the image blurs or gets less blurry.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can adjust.
Which, if you go to the filters, like it's like if you check this one out, it's like the same exact thing as the
Yeah,
filter.
it's literally almost like a professional camera.
It's insane. Like, it's
It's
crazy.
nuts. Even the front-facing camera is cool. And, like, the Animoji thing is kind of a gimmick. I haven't really messed too much with
I
that.
haven't used it once, and I probably never will.
I probably never will either. I only use it sometimes, and it's just to mess with people. But, like, the big thing for me is, like, the camera's awesome, the battery life's awesome. But the thing that bothers me the most is people always, like, make fun of Apple and poke fun at it. Just saying, like, oh, you have to do all this stupid shit. I mean, yeah, you have to do stupid shit, but every carrier has their flaws. You know what I mean? Like,
I see all the time on Facebook just people that I know say, oh, Apple's just overpriced piece of crap, but it's not at all.
no.
Well,
Here's the thing. It is definitely marked up. Because, like, you got to figure the price of materials that it costs to make that phone don't cost nearly as much as what we pay for it. You know what I mean? But that's just the price you pay for a brand is the thing. The Note 9, for example, from Samsung is a $1,000 phone. And you get some really cool features out of it, but it's really, like, every company does their shitty stuff with their phones. Like, for example, I can't do half the things that I can. In my experience in having, and granted, my last Android was a Note 8, and then I had a Galaxy S5, but, like, I traded in my Note 8 because I used my iPhone more. But, like, in my experience in working with both phones, you can do a lot more with Android than you can with iPhone. But if you're just, like, the regular population and just use your phone for, like, call, text, pictures, web browsing, video watching, and shit like that the general consensus of the population uses it for, not everybody's a techie is the thing. You know what I mean?
Well, even that, like, people that say the iPhone can't do as much, those people don't even do everything that their Android can do.
Right.
They use those features like 2% of the time.
It's really just apples to oranges. Like, one can do stuff the other can't, and the one's like, I hate when people poke fun at one company over the other because both have their flaws and benefits. Like, everybody's phone that they choose is tailored to what they do it for. Like, people say, you're just paying for a brand. Yeah, I'm paying for a brand because it does what I want it to do.
People pay more money for Nike. People pay more money for Samsung and Sony TVs.
Right, people pay more money for, like, Adidas or, like, fancy shoes or, like, anything. Everybody pays for a brand, is the thing, if you like it.
Crazy is just like what I said. Like, people are going to poke fun at Apple as they go out and buy Yeezys
And shit like that, stupid
and
shit
more
like
expensive shoes just because it's Nike.
Yeah, or, like, Supreme things and stuff
I
like
don't
that, you know what I mean?
understand it.
It's like people, if you give something for people to bitch about, they'll bitch about it, you know? But that's just one of my big complaints with, like, because, like, Apple just hit $1 trillion for their company. And, like, one thing I will say about iPads, though, compared to everyone else, is that iPad kills the tablet game, basically. Like, holy shit, dude. Like, if you compare, like, a Galaxy tablet to an iPad, you are making a huge difference. Seriously. I just realized my glasses are fucked up. Really, like look at, like, if you can see this right here, like, it's just, like, sticking way the far hell out. You see that right there? It's, like, sticking out there?
I see what you're talking about.
What the hell is wrong with this? I'm not going to fuck with this right now.
Break it. Go ahead, break it more.
Yeah, I'm going to break my $400 pair of glasses. Fuck that. I got insurance, though.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, right.
But I saw reviews that came out from Apple, and this is from multiple sources. It got 88 to 90%, like, across all sources.
Yeah, it's a solid phone. I really like it a lot. I mean, it's probably my favorite iPhone I've ever owned. But, like, I do a lot of video watching. Is the thing, like, video. I don't really
That's
take a
the
lot
thing,
of pictures.
like-
You do graphic design is the thing.
Well, not just that, but when I'm at work, I'm on a computer all day, so I'll pop open my phone, set it on my desk, and, like, turn on Hulu or Netflix and just chill and work and watch.
Have you gotten your free Hulu with your Sprint plan that I got you?
Well, so I do, it's like so there was a deal where when you got Spotify Premium,
You got free
you
Hulu
also got
included.
Hulu. So those two things cost me $5 a month for Premium and Hulu.
Is it like Hulu with commercials?
Yeah.
So is ours, but you get it for free.
Yeah.
But that makes sense why you would do it because you get Spotify.
So-
but I like Apple Music more, honestly.
How much is that?
It's how much do you pay for premium Spotify?
Well, total it's $5 for that and Hulu.
Damn, seriously?
Yeah.
Was that like a one-time promo thing? Or
I think it was like, well, this is like permanent now on my account
damn.
because I
That's
got it.
not a bad deal
I got
at all,
it.
actually.
I mean, Hulu is like what, $12 a month, $13 a month without ads.
Without ads, it's like 13, but you
Yeah.
have with ads,
And
so
then
it's like 8.
And then Spotify Premium, how much is that? Like,
It's like $10 a month.
so those two things are about 20.
$20, you get it for 5. That's not a bad deal at all.
Yeah.
But if I were you, I would try out Apple Music at least, because you get a free 3-month trial.
What's the difference? I don't.
The main difference I've noticed between Apple Music and Spotify is like they each have their flaws and benefits, right? So like for example, Spotify, each has their own like some songs I'll be able to find on Apple Music that I won't be able to find on Spotify, and some songs I'll be able to find on Spotify that I'm not able to find on Apple Music. So really, I'm not going to make or break over a couple of songs, you know what I mean, here or there. They each have their own exclusive, but most of the main songs you can pretty much find on both. But then the big thing is like the quality of the sound. So like on iPhone, personally, I think Apple Music sounds better.
Sounds better.
Yeah. And like my thing is with like Spotify, it's more socially friendly. Like you can like see your friends' playlist, share your friends' playlist, share a playlist together. You know what I mean? Like Apple Music can't do that, which I think is stupid. You know what I mean? Like, you can make a playlist with your friends and add on things to both of them. You know what I mean? Like, you can both add songs to a playlist. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so you could do that, but on Apple Music you can't. And, like, it's less sociable, I feel like. But there's, like, special shows you can do on there. There's pros and cons to both of them, but, like, for having Apple Music as long as I have, I'm just used to it, so I just use it.
I think that's why I've, like, stuck to Spotify, just because I'm so used to it.
But I used to use Spotify, too, is the thing when I had my Android. I used it all the time, but I don't use it now is the thing. I mainly use Spotify on my computer, though, is the main thing. But even then, you don't really get ads, only every once in a while.
Yeah.
Another cool thing is, have you played around with Siri suggestions at all?
Mm-mm.
You should download it. It's really interesting, because, like, you can create, like, subroutines on your phone, basically. So, like, I could tell Siri, hey, I'm coming home, and it'll, like, unlock my front door, plot my route home, text my roommate I'm home, and play my playlist.
That's cool.
It's super cool. It's like if this then that. Do you know what that is?
No, I don't know what that is.
IFTTT. It's like a subroutine thing you can use with your phone to like work with certain apps and stuff. But like example, I could have my Philips Hue react to a phrase or something, or like do this certain thing when I tell my phone to do it, or like like another example would be like I have a Siri shortcuts in here. When I get home, like when my phone picks up on my Wi-Fi router, it automatically turns on my lights.
That's cool.
Yeah. So like were these on when I came home?
The lights?
Yeah.
They were not.
See, when I came home, they turned on.
That's why they turned on.
Yeah.
I was like, why
isn't that cool?
I'm like,
yeah.
why did they just turn on randomly?
Yeah, isn't that cool?
That is cool.
Yeah. It's like I can do little things like that, but there's so much you gotta play around with it because even I don't know how like all this shit works. I just do some of the pre-custom ones. But yeah, like another thing is I can tell like play me the rest of this album, and it'll start from the front of the album and it'll play bit to back, and then it'll pick up right where I was listening to originally. And
speaking of that, those new Apple AirPods.
I know I sold you on them. I told you you'd love them, man.
I used to talk so much shit on the AirPods. I'm like, there's no way.
I know you did.
I'm like, there's no way those things are gonna be good quality because I bet it's just basically those crappy iPhone headphones they give you, the wired ones.
Nope.
It's just no wire.
And I told you, I'm like, dude, just give him a chance. And you can return them in 14 days.
I thought everyone looked goofy wearing them. And now, like, everyone wears them. Good quality. I love the fact that if you put them in the case and you flip it, on your phone, you get a notification that lets you know what percent they're at.
Yeah.
If you take one earbud out, it pauses not only the volume or the audio, but it also pauses whatever you're watching, too. Put them back in and it resumes. Coolest feature of it all.
Yeah. I sold you on them. I knew you would like them as soon as you tried them.
Like, at work, they're in the entire 8 hours that I'm at work.
I knew you would like them. I just had to sell you on them.
I woke up one morning thinking they were still in my ears because, like, I have them in so much that, like, my ears just, it's, like, they hurt all the time now because they're in constantly.
Yeah.
So
but the thing is, the craziest thing is how well they stay in.
Yeah, and I don't mean, like, they hurt, like, they're painful to wear. I mean, like, I have them in for 9 hours to the point, like, where
holy shit.
Any headphones
are going to hurt you that way. But, like, my big thing is, like, my ears, they don't fit any old headphones. So, like, the old Apple headphones, the wired ones, those don't stay in my ears at all. Those motherfuckers, they stay in my ears like nothing. Like, it's easy. And they don't fall out for shit. I work out with them. Like, I do everything.
They really do.
It's crazy. They're awesome.
No, so So I was gonna wait to talk about the Kavanaugh thing just because then we can like research it more and see what happens. Mm-hmm. But there was another story which kind of made me laugh at this a little bit with the whole Kavanaugh thing, because so far there really isn't any proof, or is there? Do you know if he was like caught?
Are we really gonna talk about this right now? Because I'm about to like rip into you.
For what?
Like, here's the thing. When we think about like people who have been sexually assaulted, like see, the thing is, we're not girls is the thing. You know what I mean? It happens to guys, but you don't really hear about it as the thing. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
But like, if you're a girl and you get sexual assaulted, like, example, this whole thing, when you come forward about it, it takes a lot. Because like, it's embarrassing. You know what I mean? Like, nobody wants to say, oh, I was like raped by a dude. You know what I mean? That's fucking embarrassing. But like, when you come forward about it, everybody's natural response these days is to like shun you or say like, you're lying, it didn't happen, like, what were you wearing, or like shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's so easy to discredit those people because it's what like we're normally used to. Like, so like when this doctor came forward and like, did you watch her testimony?
I didn't watch that part, but like my thing is God, like, dude. I'm never gonna be on someone's side until they are actually proven guilty or not guilty.
True. I mean, like, there is like. There is the whole fact of innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. But when you think... I mean, there is instances we hear about where people say, oh, I was raped, and then they weren't really. But we've learned as a society to shut those people out. But then the natural response for anybody else is to shut those people out who really have been raped and they come forward. Like,
that's why I'm just so, like, on the fence about it. Like, I'm going to say he's innocent until... he gets proven,
and I think you're wrong.
Whenever, like, how can you convict someone before they're even proven
guilty?
But
the thing is like, it's not just the dude himself. Like, if you actually watched the whole Senate hearing, and you listened to what was like, example, he said he had never drank enough to black out. When he said in a said in a private interview, he fell out of a bus in front of Yale and passed out on the stairs. Like,
okay, I laughed at that part because they go, have you ever passed out from drinking? He goes, no, but I fell asleep.
Yeah, like, what does that even mean? Like, yeah, you blacked out, dude. Like, just, but the thing is, like,
I cracked up whenever I saw
it was
that.
funny,
like,
but at the same time, like, if you think about it, when you're an alcoholic like that, like, you have those kind of behaviors where, like, you're naturally a shitty person, you know what I mean? Like, you'll do anything to protect yourself, and, like, I've known those behaviors and shitty behaviors because a lot of people in my family are alcoholics.
See, like, the thing is, though, like, is he actually an alcoholic, though?
It's not that he's necessarily an alcoholic, he has those behaviors, though.
Just because, like, I mean,
he's just a piece of shit,
This was from, like, 36 years ago. He was, like, 17 or 18.
And, I mean, you could probably play the whole card, oh, you're stupid when you're young. But but when you're a teenager, at the same time, like, you know what you're doing.
I'm not saying that. I just meant, like, we all drank when we were 17 and 18.
Well, yeah, there's nothing wrong with drinking, but when you're drinking to a point where, like, and you're around a bunch of guys and you do stupid, like, fucked up shit like she's accusing him of, that's not okay, is the thing. You know what you're doing is the thing. And, like, when I saw how heartfelt her goddamn, like, testimony was, like, there's...
No, it's probably...
I mean, he didn't rape her necessarily, but he did sexually assault her, is the thing.
Yeah, that's what
she said. But he could
too.
have, is the thing. And, like, she was, like, sexually assaulted by other guys around it, and they were just laughing about it. Like, that shit is fucked up.
See, like, okay, so...
here's an at-home story, is the thing. Did you ever hear about that girl from Maryville who had that shit happen to her?
From Maryville?
Like, Maryville up in... Like, the university city.
Did it happen a while ago?
It happened within the last couple of years. But anyways, this girl, like, she was... it was a small town. Obviously, Maryville's a small town because it's a college town. But she was... the same thing kind of happened to her, except it was a football team, and she actually got raped is the thing. But they basically took her home because she was so fucked up she didn't know what she was doing, and they just threw her out in the cold on her lawn. And she almost got, like, hypothermia because she was, like, so... And, like, she was so, like, traumatized by it is the thing. But the problem is when she actually came forward about it, like, the whole town, like, shunned her and her family and, like, said nasty things about her, like, discredited her. They had to move, like, several times because people kept harassing them about the whole thing. And, like, they eventually just left town. They had to leave their home because their poor fucking daughter was actually raped, and there was like significant evidence against it, but they just discredited him the whole time. Because he was like the son of somebody important. He was like the star quarterback or some shit like that. But it's situation.
That to me is messed up. Like,
yeah, it's messed up. But he was never proven guilty at the same time. But how much evidence do you really have to discredit somebody like that? Is that, you know what I mean? Because even if we have the evidence, like, we've naturally trained ourselves to shut those kinds of people out and like not care about what they have to say and discredit them. Like, it's just our natural response. People say, "Oh, she's just making it up." Or, "Oh, it's just to get his nomination," or, "Oh, it's anything like that. It's a witch hunt," or whatever. But, like, the evidence is there, man. Like, he obviously was a drunk college kid. And then, you know, another funny, and this is kind of a lighthearted note on it, he was part of the Ralph Club or whatever.
The Ralph Club?
Like, he said he had a weak stomach and he threw up a lot.
Yeah.
So, dude, you drank and threw up. Like, we all know it. Like, you've obviously had, like... The whole thing is he lied through his teeth the whole time about everything. First he said he never drank. Then he had a couple beers. Then he blacks out on the front steps at Yale. Like, alcoholics like that are compulsive liars. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that part does make sense.
Right, and not only that, but, like, here's the thing that fucks with me the most. That dude, like, his policies and stuff are disgusting, too. The main reason all the Republicans are defending him is so that he'll swing whatever way. And, like... You know he's probably going to get away with it. Let's just be real here.
From what everyone was, like, by the way people were saying, like, all the... Mm-hmm. It just seemed like they were all like, yes, I have sympathy for you and this and that. Right,
because a lot of them were Republicans, and they're going to side with him because that means whatever legislation they pass that's fucked up, he's going to swing their way because they stood up for him and watched his back, even though he did something fucked up, and they covered for him, so he's just going to swing whatever way they want. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that only makes sense. That's why they were all sympathetic. Because in everybody's right mind, anybody who heard that woman's testimony in person, she swore under oath is the thing. She testified under oath in front of the Senate. That's a felony crime if you lie. You know what I mean?
Did he not do that?
He didn't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she did. Because you have to testify. And when you testify, it's under oath. Is the thing. She would, like...
I think that's weird that she has to do that, but he doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think defending he should still have to tell the truth.
I absolutely think you should, too. It's only... Because, like, it's only natural. But the problem with all of it is that, like, if he really had nothing to hide, and he truly felt that he had been attacked and like, discredited and it was struck out against his name, and he was truly adamant that he had done nothing wrong... Why wouldn't he open himself up to FBI investigation? You know what I mean?
That's what
sticks out to me the most.
I think for something like that, they should just do that first. Because then you're going to get in this huge debate.
Right. But if he like, they asked him numerous times in the interview, if you feel that you have done nothing wrong whatsoever, then why don't you turn to the guy and say, I am open to FBI investigation? If it was no big deal and he knew he was in the right, why didn't he not agree to it? You know?
Yeah.
Innocent until proven guilty. If he thinks he's innocent until proven guilty, and then he should have nothing to hide, right?
And it's like every time they asked him that question, he didn't
dodged it. He didn't answer it. Yeah. So
I probably sound two-faced, but again, like I said, I'm not going to say whether he is or not. I'm not on his side or against him.
But at the same time, do you see where I'm coming from, though?
Oh, no, for sure. Like I said for the alcohol thing, have you ever passed out while drunk? No, when I've fallen asleep.
That is the dumbest shit. What kind of shit is that?
It's the same thing.
It's the same goddamn thing.
Oh, you just passed out or you just fell asleep while being drunk. It's the same thing.
It's the same goddamn thing, yeah. It's just, it stresses me out because, like, I know he's going to get away with it. Like, part of me just knows he's going to get away with it. And that makes me even more sick. But the problem is like, it's not just this that's bothering me. It's that his fucked up policies, and there's other women that he's done it to. You know what I mean? And
there was a part where they said, like, 85 girls, like, said how nice of a guy he was from, like, his school and everything. But that does, like, that
doesn't mean shit.
There's a lot of nice people out there that do terrible things.
Have dark secrets, yeah.
I don't know.
I just hope you see that, like, I don't think that she's bullshitting.
The only reason I said that as to why I'm not going to say he did it or he didn't do it is just because, like, you've seen people that didn't really do it and they, like, their life's fucked.
Right.
They go to jail.
But at the same time, this is a whole different case too. This
and
guy's
plus,
going
I
up.
really don't know who he is. Also, so that's why I probably
You
can't
need to do
point
your
my
research on like what kind of guy he is, and like look at the sources and like see what people are coming forth about. Because if you really think about the Me Too movement too and stuff like that, like all those gross guys in Hollywood, like Harvey Weinstein and all those, or like Bill Cosby or any of those guys. I mean, do I think Bill Cosby needs to be sentenced for as long as he does when he's at the end of his life? You know what I mean? Like, that dude's about to keel over at any minute. He looks rough.
Yeah,
Granted, he should be punished.
People say he's only going to prison for 5 to 10 years. Do you realize, like, he's
probably going to die.
He's going to die.
Yeah.
Like, if he gets out, he'll have, like, a couple months.
Yeah,
But
and,
as
like,
bad as
that
is
kind
to
of brings
say,
that
he's
kind of
just
brings
old.
back the thing that, like, oh, why didn't they say something earlier? If it's like, why are they attacking him when he's old? Because, like, they've probably come forward about it when they were young and when he was young. But nobody believed them. They discredited him because people in Hollywood are pretty powerful.
Yeah, it's Bill Cosby, for Christ's sake.
It's Bill Cosby.
at
Everybody,
that time.
he's a loved family icon. But he's going to serve until he dies. And, like, at that point, it's like, why didn't we do something earlier as people? Like, why didn't we just take their word for granted and just speak out against it and punish him then? Why do we have to wait until the man's about to die to do something? You know what I mean? I'm not saying he shouldn't be punished at all. He absolutely should. But we should have done this earlier and seen the signs earlier and done something about it, as opposed to waiting for him to, like, wait out his old age, because he's probably living just fine in there. You know, like, he's probably getting some kind of good treatment because he's old as fuck. You know?
He's 81.
Jesus
So
Christ.
in 10 years, he'll be 91.
10 years, he'll be 91. He might even make it till then, you know? So, like,
And that's,
why,
I mean,
that's just our problem with, like, sexual assault here is, like, people know what they're doing, and people can be good people, but still do horrible, fucked up things. And, like, what we need as a people to, like, listen to more people who have had sexual assault against them and not discredit them, but hear them out and, like, not do this shaming shit, you know? Like, not discredit them, like, oh, what were you wearing? Oh, you deserved it. Like, that kind of shit, like, or you were drunk or whatever. Like, that doesn't matter. Like, when somebody says no, no matter what it is, you don't fucking do that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you and I know better, obviously, but, like, there's people out there who are so fucked up. Like, I'm not going to say the girl's name, but do you remember the girl from our high school and the teacher?
Yeah.
We're not going to say who, is the thing.
No.
But, like, looking back at a young age, like, thinking about it, it's like, I was like, why didn't you say something earlier? Like, I was stupid back then. I was like, why didn't you say something earlier? Or, like...
She's... Okay, so Lena was actually really good friends with her.
Yeah.
And she said how much shit she got for even telling friends. Her friends were like,
Yeah.
why the fuck would you say that? Like, you wouldn't do that and this
Right.
and that.
It's the same kind of principle, you know what I mean? While we all thought... Fuck. We can edit that part out.
I'll bleep it
You'll
out.
bleep it out, yeah. While we all thought he was a good guy, like, he even fixed my traffic tickets, is the thing. While we all thought he was a decent dude, like, people have dark secrets, is the thing. You know what I mean?
Right now, the time.
Okay. Yeah, we need to bleep this out, is the thing. But, like, I feel bad because, like, I didn't say anything to her personally, and, like, I kind of, like, just didn't care enough, but, like, I feel really bad for her now because, like, she was so cast down and distraught and traumatized by that shit.
And from what I remember, like, she was a nice, good person.
She was, yeah. She was a
She
really
wasn't
great
someone
girl.
that would just lie about it.
No, not at all. I don't think she would. And, like, obviously the evidence is there that she did do it, or he did do it. But, like, everybody in our school just, like, badmouthed the fuck out of her. And, like, I feel so bad for her. Because, like, that's the kind of shit these people now are going through. You know what I mean?
It's messed up.
It's messed up. And that was in high school, too. These are adults that are doing this shit. Like, people, like, it makes me sick, dude. Like, this whole thing just breaks my heart. And I wish that, like, this dude could just have justice served to him. And I don't even necessarily say that he has to have, like, some kind of sentence, although I would like him to. But that kind of person of that kind of character does not deserve to be our Supreme Court justice.
God,
is the thing. No, he does not deserve to have that position or power. But the only reason he's getting it is, and he's gonna get away with it, is because he's gonna fucking, you know, just...
He knows the people that are going against him.
Yes, and...
He's friends with the people that are judging whether he makes
right,
it or
and the
not.
people that are on his side are gonna do everything they can to make sure nothing happens to him, so that they can get their votes to swing whatever way they want. It breaks my heart, man. The vote's tomorrow, so I guess we'll know more tomorrow.
Is it?
Yeah. They're going to vote on whether his...
Did they say how long he's going to get or what's going to happen if he gets accused?
I don't know if he's going to get a sentence necessarily. I didn't follow that part necessarily, but it's his decision, or Trump's decision, to make him a Supreme Court justice is going to either be still instated or he's going to be revoked. That's what they're voting on, I feel like. I could be wrong, but that's what I would assume they're going to vote on. But it's just so fucked up. But let's get on to it.
Well, no, the reason why I was saying that is because there was a... You probably haven't heard about this. This was like on a shared post on Facebook. But there was a...
Are we going to talk about Greg Paul?
I'm not talking... Oh, we'll do that also.
We can talk about Greg Paul because I actually just heard about that on my way home.
I
did listen to it.
Did you not laugh?
Like that thing, you know what I mean?
That was from the video.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, that was from the
You're
actual
shitting
video.
me.
No.
Oh my god. That's so nasty.
He wasn't lying.
He wasn't. I thought it was like a soundbite or something.
No,
but
that was literally from the video.
Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Really? Can you tell
it's
him?
Just look it up.
Can you tell it's him?
I didn't get that detailed into it.
But did you hear Ethan's description, the way he found out? It was the shitty floorboard and the headboard is how he found out. But honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if the girl was underage, but that dude fucking sucks, dude. You know what I mean?
Before we get into that.
Yeah.
So there was a lady that owns a home daycare.
Yeah.
And she basically just got probation.
Yeah.
She just got probation, but she hung a toddler in her basement and then left her house and ran over 2 other people. And they only gave her 183 months of probation.
So she strung up a child on a noose or something.
A homemade noose.
And just ran over 2 people.
And the reason for it was because those are the 3 things she did before she tried to commit suicide. All 3 of those things, the toddler didn't die, the 2 people she ran over didn't die, and she didn't succeed in killing herself. And the reason they're giving her 183 months of probation instead of prison is because...
she's insane.
She called herself mentally unstable, so she doesn't have to go to prison now.
I mean, granted, she probably is the thing. You know what I mean? But here's the thing.
Yeah, they called it a stayed prison sentence, which is probation.
Here's the thing. People go off the deep end and snap. Sometimes it's for no reason at all. Sometimes it's for something happening. Sometimes it's for whatever. But this is another tie back to our high school. I don't know if I told you about this or not. But there was a teacher at our school. Her husband and her got into an argument, right?
I know all about that.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yep, already.
How he just fucking snapped one day and beat the shit out of her, kidnapped her, dropped her outside of a hospital. And this is a teacher I knew pretty well, is the thing. Did you know her pretty well?
I didn't know. I knew the name. And
I knew her fairly well, is the thing.
I went and I searched her on Facebook. Mm-hmm. And then I'm like, holy shit, okay, she looks familiar.
Yeah, but husband... We'll just get into the story. We'll call her Mrs. X. Mrs. X and her husband got in a really bad fight. Then he fucking goes off the deep end. And this was early in the morning when they're getting ready for work. Then he beats the shit out of her, takes her and kidnaps her, locks her in his trunk and drives her across wherever, drops her off at the hospital because he knows she's probably banging on his trunk and shit looks suspicious. Drops her off there, goes to this house, her husband, mind you, drives to this random house. Did you hear about this part? And shot and killed 2 people. Did they die or did they just get hurt?
I thought he killed them.
I think he killed them, yeah. But just snapped, killed these 2 motherfuckers. Nobody knows who they were. I don't know if they were related somehow or some. I don't know. I don't know all the details. But then he just disappeared, just went off the face of the earth, fled the state, and there was a manhunt, and he was gone. I don't know where the fuck happened to him, but I don't know if they ever caught him or anything.
I thought he died in a shootout or something.
Did he really?
That day.
You should look his shit up.
That day, I thought he did.
No shit. I thought he escaped or something. I'm gonna look this up.
Yeah, just don't say the name.
Yeah, we're not gonna say the damn name. I know I fucked up once already, but we're not gonna do it again.
I don't care about but if you've I don't care about the guy's last name, but if you figure out who that guy is, then you can figure out who the wife is. I don't want to put people in the spotlight over here. Mm-hmm. But it's so crazy. The whole situation. That was like, what, a year ago? I think that was like a year ago.
I want to say it was a little earlier than that.
Or a little bit earlier than a year ago. So much crazy shit.
Hey, type her name. Do you remember how to spell her name?
I don't even know what her last name was.
I know what it was.
You know what her last name was?
I think so.
Something like that. I do.
Yeah, that's it.
This is it right here.
So basically, a St. Louis area man wanted for a series of violent crimes was arrested in a small town. He made it down to fucking Arkansas.
What?
God damn, he made it pretty far.
That it said that they got him. I hope they did. He's gonna come back and murder everyone.
Bald Knob, Arkansas, 300 miles from here.
Jesus Christ. Which I mean, it makes sense. Like, no one's just gonna know who did it right away.
Yeah. He crashed into police cars. He decided to take his own. Oh my God.
He killed himself.
Hang on. Okay, so the people didn't die, but they suffered life-threatening injuries. He had been doing construction work for the people in the home.
Oh, so he didn't, he knew them, but not... It wasn't like family or a family friend. He was just doing construction for them. That whole thing is just crazy. I just don't and there was pictures of him on her Facebook page and everything. I'm trying to be real careful right now.
So yeah, he tried to kill himself, but I guess he fucked up and missed.
How do you miss?
Well, I mean, think about it. Like, I guess you... Yeah, I mean, but...
You point a gun to yours.
I mean, like, think about it. A bullet can go any which way, if you really think about it. It can break, it can, splinter off or go different directions, you know what I mean?
What was he shooting himself with, a BB gun?
I don't know, man.
22?
It was probably like a 22 or something. I guess he fucked up that.
That's her first. Get like a 45 Python or something.
Jesus Christ, that's gonna be messy. They need the blood splatter team on that one.
Where's Dexter?
Where's Dexter at? We need to call him in. This is terrible. We should be saying
We're
this.
terrible people.
We really are. But yeah, I just thought that was so crazy because I knew her so well and I don't know. I guess it's that's the whole point. Sometimes people fucking snap and go batshit, you know. I mean, I'm not saying it's okay by any means.
No, I just don't what in the brain causes you to do that?
Who fucking knows?
Because if you look at their Facebook, I checked out her Facebook afterwards. She was in family pictures. You would have no idea.
Yeah, you would never guess. Absolutely.
If someone if there was a post that just said someone beat her, you would never guess that it was him. Ever.
No, they seemed pretty happy.
Just it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't to me either, but this shit never makes sense. You know
Same with the guy that, this is way off now, but the guy, the Vegas shooting, I had no issues, nothing.
He could, just something snapped sometimes. Or, there was a whole bunch of shit to that nobody ever knew what was going on.
Yeah.
Sometimes people just fucking go crazy and nobody knows why. Who knows? I mean, they probably have some kind of pre-existing mental condition or something, but they've never been treated for it or they never keep it in check, you know? Right. I've even got my issues, but I take meds for them, you know what I mean? Because when I don't take my meds, I feel like I'm a fucking psychopath or something. And not in, a bad way, but, I don't know, I just feel like I'm going insane or something.
Is there a good way to that?
Not really. It sucks no matter how you look at it. Thus, take your pills if you have to, kids.
Yeah.
No shit. But even so, there was one person. You know, there's been a ton of bomb threats at our high school lately.
There was at Fox. Yeah, shit.
Yeah, there's been we know which high school it is.
We're
by
just
now.
saying all names.
We'll just have to do censorship name things or something like that, little beeps.
Beep. Yeah, I got to go through an hour.
Yeah, well, literally, just at our high school, there's been so many goddamn bomb threats and shit.
Yeah, my brother. Well, I guess no. My brothers don't go to high school anymore. Well, no,
Trent
Trent does,
does,
but
yeah.
he doesn't go to Fox.
Where's he go? You just said it again. Right down the time again.
What did I say?
Oh, he goes there?
Yeah,
You said he went to ours.
I didn't mean that.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know he went there.
Yep.
He probably got a scholarship for baseball, didn't he?
No, they're paying a shitload. It's like $2,000 a month
Jesus Christ, are you serious?
for high school.
Yeah, that sounds about right. But like mine, see, fun
That's
fact.
like as much as that's more than some colleges.
See, fun fact, and we're just writing these out here because we can't say the names, but like
Well, we already talked. We already said our.
that's where I was gonna go.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I mean, you probably could have said that because you don't go there.
yeah, but
We've already said our
like,
colleges.
yeah,
that we
it
go
would have been
to.
like $1,700 a month.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, this is gonna blow your mind. That was the first place I saw a tablet.
What?
They had tablets and shit back then.
Well, I guess that was fucking 10 years.
It was
That was 10 years ago we started high school.
Well, here's the thing. It was 2 years before. It was a year before that. So it was like 2007. You know what I mean?
That's so crazy.
Yeah, they were like tablets, but you could draw on them and like write with them and shit like that. They had keyboards and shit too. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? You could detach it and like bring it with you. I was like, dude, I have never seen anything like this in my life.
They gave my brother a computer. It's not like a Mac.
They
or
give
anything.
everybody a computer these days. Like my friend Jimmy, he teaches at a school down south. Have I told you about him?
I think so.
He shouts out to Jimmy because he actually listens to our podcast.
Does he?
Yeah, he does.
hilarious.
But I think he told me that some kids get Chromebooks in their school. Like, where the fuck were our laptops in school?
Well,
we didn't have that
we
shit.
didn't pay to go to school though.
True, but I mean, like, they don't either. That
It's
shit
also the area that
that's
we went to
bullshit,
school in.
man. What do you mean?
The area it wasn't like the best area. It's not like we're in Ladue or something.
Well, no, but I mean, like, even kids now have some in our school, I feel like.
Do they?
They might. Like, they get to do homework on their fucking phones, dude. Can you believe that shit? I remember specifically, you whipped your phone out in class, you were like, go to the office. And she's like, give me your phone. And like, I'm not giving you my phone. But that was...
Here's my thing with that.
That was the day... Here's the thing, though. You got to remember, we didn't have smartphones and shit back then. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, we kind of did, but like
in high school, there was the iPhone.
towards the beginning there was, but like, that was the very first iPhone. I think it was a piece of junk.
That actually is kind of true.
Yeah, like, I had flip phones throughout high school and like sliders and stuff. You know what I mean?
Do you know when the first iPhone... Do you remember when it first came out?
2008, so we would have just started
Oh,
high
shit,
school.
we just started... That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, and you know how much it was back then? Like $700 or $600.
And these are $400 more than that.
Yeah, like $400 or $500 more than that, yeah. But you got to figure, that was a piece of shit back then. But it was like,
Well, for that time, it was incredible.
For that time, it was incredible, yeah.
Isn't that funny to say? Like, for that
We
time.
got to experience the
10
very
years
first
ago.
iPhone. That's why they call these the 10s, because it's the 10th anniversary.
Yeah.
That just blows my mind, because like, I remember everybody had like slider phones or like flip phones, or nobody really had smartphones. And if your parents did buy you one, you were the shit somehow.
Remember razors?
Dude, I totally
If you had a
remember
razor, like, you were the badass.
You were the badass.
You were
that was like middle school days.
you were like
was
that
then the
rich
razor
kid.
was the big thing. But yeah, my first smartphone. What was your first smartphone?
Because I didn't have the iPhone until the iPhone 4. Which, didn't it go from 1 to 4?
No, it went 1 to 3, 3GS, 3G, 3GS, 4.
I think fuck. I think it was
You had that Google phone for
the
a little bit.
G1
too.
phone. Yeah, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
The Google G1 phone.
That was your first smartphone?
Yes.
Mine was a Galaxy S2.
And I remember...
If that throws you back at all.
I thought I was so cool because I believe... No, wait. I'm just going to look up a picture really quick.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe Robert Downey Jr. had that phone in Due Date.
No way.
Fuck it, I don't need to look it up, whatever.
Right.
But I think he did. I think that was the phone. Or someone famous had it. Like, oh shit, there's my phone. And the phone was like, it was a shitty phone compared to iPhones.
Oh, yeah.
Or really any phone now. But
Yeah, my phone's in order. I had like a couple flip phones on fucking
we
Virgin
both had the
Mobile.
Nokia first, right? The Nokia?
Like the one that could fit in the palm of your hand.
Mine was like this big. Mine was
Mine was like that big. It was like this big, maybe.
Oh, mine was like that big.
No, I didn't have that shit. I didn't have a slider.
Mine didn't either.
It was like a brick.
It was like that big, yeah.
Mine was like this big, and I can only. I'm like you. I remember when you couldn't talk, text, or anything. You could do like a couple things. I played fucking Snake on my phone.
You know, if you texted more than like 10 times a month, like your parents got charged
pissed.
like a quarter for each text.
And that's not just sending out; that's coming in too.
My dad. Okay, so I had my dad got a bill for like $125 just because of my texting. Like not from calls, not from just from text.
He was probably pissed.
He was like, "What the fuck is?" He was so pissed, and like,
yeah, we had Virgin Mobile back then. Me and my friend, and then we switched literally the shittiest thing. And then we switched to Sprint.
Your parents couldn't do anything at that age because like they can't beat your ass because you're like 10. Mm. They can't tell you to pay for it because you don't have any money.
Mm. You just got grounded. They took your phone away.
Like, okay.
I'm sorry. But yeah, I had like money loaded onto my phone every month, and it fucking sucked.
It's just crazy. The differences.
I also, but it's crazy now because like I think the craziest shit I ever saw was when I worked at AT&T. Some mom bought her like 6 or 7 year old daughter an iPhone 7 Plus 128 gig.
Like when it came out?
Like when it was new. I was like, you are fucking stupid, but I'll sell it to you.
You're making commission off of it, so who cares, right?
I mean, yeah, but I mean, she didn't get the device protection or anything. I'm like, okay, when your kid fucking breaks your phone when you walk outside, don't come
Wait, so you're
crying.
going to spend the money to give your kid that phone, but then not protect it whenever you give a little kid a phone like that?
Yeah, that's dumb. That's on dumb. Like, this dude today did that same shit. He's like, I'm buying my daughter. She turned 11. I mean, 11 to 12 is a decent age, right?
And especially now because an iPhone is just like a basic phone. So if
it was an iPhone 8 and he got it for free, but it's monthly credits. It's a lease, though, is the thing. He has to turn it back in or upgrade. So I'm like, hey, dude.
So that's not as bad.
And they're not giving him to Christmas either. But I'm like, look, dude, you may as well because, like, no, he didn't get it. And I'm like, look, dude, you may as well because, like, if she cracks that fucking phone, you're paying off. You're not going to get that phone for free. You have to pay the rest of that shit off and get another one. He's like, that's fine. I'm like,
then why would you...
Suit yourself. You wanted a gold degree.
So you're worried about... Like, obviously he did it because it was free. Mm-hmm. But then if the phone cracks, it's not free anymore.
Right. Because you have to pay off the credits. If it doesn't work anymore, obviously. It can still crack and still work. But the whole phone is fucking glass, dude. Like,
how much would that have been a month?
What? For the device protection? $15 a month. But you can replace your screen for $30. Whereas if he fixes it anywhere else, it's like $330.
And that's if he knows how to replace his own screen, though.
No, that's if he goes to a shop and does it.
I went to a shop to get my phone fixed. It was like $100.
Depends on the phone, though. 7 parts are different than 8 parts. 8 parts have the True Tone display.
I guess that's...
That means, like, the light...
Well, I had a 7, though, and it was...
different.
$100.
The 8 didn't have the True Tone display. And plus, that phone's almost 3 generations or 4 generations behind now. The 8 is a True Tone display. So, it has also the multi-touch. So, you can, press, force touch and do it push down and, you get all those extra features, and then the screen adapts and the light to different lighting settings. But you know what I'm saying though? If you crack that screen, it's a lot more expensive to replace.
Yeah.
Even 10 screens. Don't even get me started on how much that costs to replace.
One of these.
You want to know how much this costs to replace without the insurance? $530 through Apple.
For this.
With
the Max?
$530.
Or just the X?
Both the Max and the X.
That's as much as it costs to fix a MacBook screen.
Mm-hmm. Because it's an OLED display.
Actually, I fried my old MacBook, and that was $600. To replace everything. Mm-hmm. Almost.
Do you have the Apple Care?
No.
Dumbass.
I do now.
Yeah, I still.
I don't for this.
Remind me, I still have to go in to get my Apple Care on my watch because I am not breaking another one of these motherfuckers.
Can you still get Apple Care after you purchase something?
Yeah.
I might want to do that for my MacBook.
Yeah, you should.
Because I fucking... Actually, no.
I usually have to bring it into them and show them that it's in good shape.
Here's the thing, though.
Mm-hmm.
Is it really worth for this? Because it doesn't cover liquid damage, which would be the only way that... I thought liquid damage doesn't... Apple
Care I don't know. Are you going to drop another fucking cup of coffee on your laptop again? Your $2,000 laptop?
Fuck off! See, that's if I did that again, it wouldn't cover it.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I think so. I don't fucking know.
I don't think it does.
I don't know shit about Macs, dude. You're asking the wrong person. I only know shit about phones and tablets.
Okay, if you spilled coffee on this, would that cover it?
Well, I mean, it's water resistant.
God damn it. You know what I'm saying.
It'd be fine, dude. The only way this is going to get fucked up by water is if you drop
Like, if you drop it in the ocean, it sinks to the bottom?
Not only that or the river, but, like, if it's salt water. Salt water fucks up your phone worse than regular water.
What about, like, pool water, chlorine and
if
shit?
If it's got salt water, it'll fuck it up. If it's a saltwater pool, you're fucked, dude.
So chlorine will not fuck this up?
No, you just drop... As long as it's...
That seems like a harsh chemical.
As long as it is, like, 6 feet or less for less than 30 minutes, you'll be fine.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So fucking like a pool, like a 5-foot pool, you'll be fine.
Now, if it's cracked, it's a different story.
Yeah, because it's going to get in the cracks.
It's going to get in the cracks, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. We live in the future.
I want to like throw this thing against a wall just to like see.
Did I do your liquid glass on there?
What?
Did I do the liquid glass on your phone?
Yeah.
How do you like it?
I don't notice it.
No, it doesn't feel like anything. But like if you feel this compared to a regular phone,
does yours have it?
Yeah, mine has it too. Did you register it like I told you to?
No.
Old dumbass bitch, you need
What does that do?
So it's covered under a 1-year warranty. I like how we're talking about this on the podcast. It's covered under a 1-year warranty, and if you ever like damage your phone screen, they'll cover up to $250 to get it replaced. Yeah, like I've dropped mine like flat on there, doesn't crack.
You've done that already?
Yeah, I've dropped it plenty of times.
Didn't you just get? Oh, that's. Which one is that?
I have the Max, dude. What do you mean? Like,
oh no, because you had one that wasn't. You had one. You had another phone. Yeah, that one.
The 10, yeah.
But they have like almost the same case. That's why I couldn't tell.
Yeah, this one's a different color. It's one of their new season collections. Plus, I get 10% off at the store.
All right, we need to continue.
Yeah, we need. How far along are we now?
Like it's been like over an hour probably.
Yeah, how long do you think?
I don't know what the fuck that means.
Is that seconds or?
I don't think so. Because if I translate that here, I'm gonna translate. I love, like you said, we're talking about stuff like this on the podcast.
Right.
So 100 divided by 60, right?
60
for each minute. It's been way longer than 28 minutes.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the fuck that means.
Your shit broke, dude.
It's not. It says bar beat. I don't know what that means. But so we were. I think the next video we planned on doing was Walking Dead.
What, like 3
Remember?
videos ago?
And now we can't.
I know, dude. That sucks. It breaks my heart.
Like I think.
So this is we're gonna get. We're getting into the closing part now. I see where you're going with this.
Yeah. See. Yeah. So. I was really, but I completely understand why they're going out of business.
Mm-hmm.
Like
why?
So I wrote down like all the statistics and stats and stuff. Mm-hmm. So here we'll start.
Their game's got pretty decent reviews.
We'll start off with season 1 though of The Walking Dead, and not just that. The Walking Dead season 1 came out in 2012. That's whenever the Walking Dead TV show was at its prime.
Christ, yeah, that's like when the first or second season was out. I feel like.
I think like. Okay, so that was 6 years ago.
It was
it was like the second or third.
Yeah.
That's when the show was at its prime.
No, it was definitely the second because I watched the third season in college.
Okay, so it's second then.
Maybe the second. It could have been the end of the first.
But again, like that's when that show was at its prime. Mm-hmm. So anything Walking Dead that was coming out, people were just snagging off the shelves. Like, so yeah, the first season had 93%, but then from there it seems like it went downhill. The next one was 80%. The Michonne series, which I didn't even finish, was 67%. And New Frontier was 75%. Mm-hmm. Huge decrease. So that's almost a 20% decrease.
Yeah, but like the Game of Thrones one is dope, and I see you've got there at 74%. Guardians of the Galaxy was 71%. Wolf Among Us was good.
But here's the like, okay, but those are just by reviewers that like have to play the game. Mm-hmm. I think they kind of messed up in their whole system because a lot of these games, like if you have $5 in your bank account, you can just like, hey, I'm bored. I'm gonna go purchase one of these episodes. Mm-hmm. And if you don't have to buy all of the episodes,
right? So you can kind of try it. And see
I think they should have just done the disc.
Yeah, and done the whole thing on once.
Yeah. Like, and I don't like. I hate the idea of having. It's cool, but the idea of playing a 2-hour episode and then waiting 2 months to play the rest is crazy.
Yeah. It's kind of a weird business model, but it's kind of episodic and like makes you wait and wonder, you know.
No, I love it's cool.
We like the idea, but for a business model, it's a bad idea.
Especially when each one of these is $30 instead of $60, and it's like a 12-hour game too. Mm-hmm. But also, you can't charge someone $10 for a 2-hour episode either, because that's a lot. It seems like.
And I think the biggest thing that makes me mad about all of it is like they didn't pay any of those employees. They cut out severance.
From what I heard, like they didn't have any money left.
Yeah, but still, like
Like,
they're getting crowdfunding now to pay for the final episodes.
like who's going to work on it, though? They fired all their employees.
Right, like, what the fuck?
They have 25 left.
Oh, my God.
And we don't even know if those 25 are the ones that were working on The Walking Dead.
Or if they're even going to still work on it. Like, they're wanting crowdfunding for it, but I don't think they're going to do it.
That's such bullshit. Like, how can you get crowdfunding whenever you fired almost all of your employees?
Right, and say, oh, we're going to do it, and then they're probably just use that to keep afloat for another couple weeks, and then they'll tank.
Like, fuck the whole... Like, no one... Minecraft is not relevant anymore.
Right, like, I don't give a shit that the game's going to have, like, Stampy Longnose or
And it's
fucking Jacksepticeye or something.
It's like a Netflix series. I don't even know what that means.
So, like, you know Netflix is getting video games, right?
Is it?
Yeah.
How do you... Like, you can play video games on Netflix?
Yes.
With, like, a controller? Do you know how that's going to work?
I don't know how it's going to work, but, like, it's the Minecraft story mode thing, though.
But that's already... Oh, but I don't get why it's
Yeah.
becoming a Netflix series when they already have that out. Like, they already have
It's
the
going to be
first
like a
one.
game you can play. It's going to be like the second season or the third season or something. I
So I
don't know.
bet they're going to put all the first one on there, too, then.
Yep.
But why? I think... Well, actually, I think the Minecraft...
I just thought it was stupid that they, like, included Minecraft YouTubers on there. Like, I don't give a shit about these guys. Like,
And the funny thing is, like, Jacksepticeye, like you said, he doesn't even play Minecraft.
no. Like, why does anybody care about what he does?
I'm gonna say it. No popular YouTuber is still playing Minecraft.
Right.
No one.
Except,
is.
like, the ones that are fucking stupid.
Like, it's just a dead game now. No
It
one
is.
cares.
I mean, yeah, because everybody's obsessed with fucking Fortnite now.
Well,
And Battle Royale in
it's
general.
gonna be Black Ops 4. Everyone's gonna be playing that.
Yeah, I have been hearing a
That
lot.
beta-
I'm not going to play it, but...
I might. I'm thinking about it.
I'm not going to play it,
The
but I
only-
know that, like, everybody's pretty excited for the Battle Royale.
I'm not
there.
gonna lie. Like, as far as gaming, like playing Call, like I did this with World War II and the one before that.
Yeah.
Like, getting online at like 11 o'clock with like 4 or 5 guys and creating a whole team and just playing for 2 or 3 hours is just so much fun. Just bullshitting.
That's like me with Destiny.
Like bullshitting around. Such a fun time.
I'm only really waiting for Red Dead Redemption 2, Fallout 76, and the Spyro remake. I don't believe that Kingdom Hearts 3 actually exists. I don't think it's a real thing.
How can you give a trailer like that? Trailer came out like what, the end of last year?
They've been doing new trailers recently, and like there's been a lot this year, but like
They still don't have an actual release date.
they do. It's January.
We'll see how that happens.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't believe it's actually out until I see it on the shelves. Literally.
That's the one thing. I remember whenever the Red Dead Redemption 2, when they changed that due date.
yeah, they changed it like 2 times.
I thought it was just once.
Well, it was spring, and then it was fall of this year.
Yeah, so they just changed it once, though.
No, they
'Cause it
changed
wa-
it from October of last year to spring.
I thought
of
it
this
was
year.
just going to be spring. I didn't know. I thought...
So they technically changed it to spring of this year, then to October of this year.
See, but, like, the only reason I don't care about that is because it's Rockstar. Like, they
Yeah.
create amazing games.
They really do.
That's like saying...
Kingdom Hearts 3. First they said coming in 2018. Now it's coming in 2019. And it's like, okay, we're gonna wait till 2019 when January comes. I'm like, sorry, we're pushing it back another 12 months. See you next year. I'm just like, you sons
Like,
of
it's...
bitches.
Oh, what about Fallout 76?
Yeah, I said that.
Oh, I thought you said it's Red Dead.
No, I said Red Dead, Fallout, and Spyro.
To me, for Rockstar, it's the same thing as saying, like, Naughty Dog's delaying a game, or Bethesda is. Like, who cares? They're doing it to better the game.
I don't think the PS4 is gonna last another 2 years. I think they're gonna revamp it, or they're gonna make a new console. Honest to God.
I mean,
But I'll tell you what's popping off is the Switch right now, boy. They got Luigi's Mansion 3 coming next year. That's all I care about.
Ugh. No, but...
If they can release that and Metroid Prime 4 next year, that's all I'll ever need.
I'm pretty sure, like, okay, this is going back to Telltale. I'm pretty sure they just released a lot of their stuff on the Switch, too.
Yeah, they did. You could see it on the store.
I don't know. It sucks. That's like the end of an era almost.
Until Smash Bros. Comes out, all my Switches is a portable Skyrim machine.
Ugh.
Well, here's the thing.
I've played too much of that game to care anymore.
Well, here's the thing. I only played through Skyrim once, but I literally did like everything there is to do in the base game. I never did the DLC.
DLC I did not care about.
Yeah, I never did any of that.
See, from whenever they announced Fallout 76, like, they still tried to incorporate Skyrim into things. It's like, just let it go.
I don't want to build shit. I don't care about that. I just want to do Fallout. Like when they included all the creation kit stuff in Fallout, or the
And I'm
creation
so
kit.
confused how that's going to work. Like, what happens if you leave that lobby and then like are you just stationed in one lobby now?
I think you're on one server, yeah.
One server?
Yeah. And then like other people on that server can like blow your shit up. I don't know how it all works.
See, like, okay, I was so worried about that, but then they explained like if you blow someone's base up, that does like nothing for you. And you get wanted too, to like where people get rewards if they kill you. So like if you go around killing anyone, it really doesn't do you any good because you don't get their gear.
I mean, you
think.
can, but it's not beneficial.
No, it is something you can do, but like because that was like a huge issue when that first came out because people were all worried about like, great, now if I go play by myself, I'm just gonna get killed by a group of people the entire time. But I'm glad.
I'm excited for it. I mean, I'll play the beta. And if the beta sucks, I'll just cancel my pre-order.
I don't see the beta. I mean, I don't know. I've
well, you
played,
know the beta is essentially the full game.
Yeah, and people always say, "Well, it's not. They're just testing the game to see if people." It's like no, like I've played multiple betas. By the time I play that and the actual game comes out, there's like hardly any changes.
Right, like this is actually, and your progress will carry over to the full game.
Oh, it will on this one.
Man, I'm getting tired.
It's 8:20.
I know. I need to get fucked up or something.
You are old.
Yeah, you're telling me. But here's the thing, though. I've been going to bed at like 11 every night or like 10 every night.
That's early, I feel like.
Yeah, and I've been waking up at like 7 every single morning. Yeah, and I have to be at an 8 o'clock meeting tomorrow. I feel like every time we do this, it's always on a Thursday, and I always have a meeting the next day. It sucks, dude. I can't tell you how much it sucks.
It's hilarious. Okay.
You want to call it quits here?
I think that's been like over an hour. Yeah. I'm gonna include timestamps.
Yeah.
You know what that means?
No,
so
I don't
like,
know what a timestamp is, dude.
But like, do you know how that works for YouTube?
Of course I know how that works.
So like in the description.
Yes, yeah, so click it, bring to a certain point.
I'm gonna like, yeah, just that way people don't have to go like
right.
If there are certain topics they can just Okay.
All right. Well, I guess we'll see y'all folks next time.
Whenever
hey, thanks for watching, guys. Click the like button at the bottom. And be sure to subscribe.
Oh my god.
I fucking hate that shit.
Alright, everybody, stop. Alright, Jake Paul.
We never got to talk about Greg Paul. I'm so upset.
We'll talk about Greg Paul. I don't even want to talk about that guy.
I don't either. It grosses me out just thinking about that soundbite.
Tell him, let's call him up and email him and go tell him to go kiss another 17-year-old girl or some shit.
I'm down.
Piece of shit.
All right. We'll see you guys next time.
Ball bag.